Because how can we be received in our essence if we cannot express it freely? Welcome to the Sound of You podcast. This is a space where we have inspiring, thoughtful conversations about the voice, about healthy self-expression, and all things spirituality and personal growth. My name is Friederike, I am your host, and I am so excited that you're here. Let's get started. Hello and welcome to the Sound of You. I'm Friederike, I'm your host. This is my podcast, and this is the first episode. Oh my God, I cannot believe that I am finally birthing this into the world, and I am so super thrilled and grateful that you are here. So this first episode is just going to give you a little overview on what this podcast will be about and some fun facts about me. So let's start. The Sound of You. The Sound of You, this podcast is going to be a mixture, a great blend, a perfect cocktail, I hope, of spirituality, music, especially the voice, and healthy self-expression. And what self-expression actually means and what it doesn't mean, that's actually going to be the next episode, which I had insights drop in for last night around 1 a.m. and I just recorded them on my phone, and yeah, so it just dropped in and I will share with you in the next episode. So why this funny cocktail of topics? Well, this is kind of me. I've always felt like I was the parrot in the family. I was always a little different. I was always a little weird. And I just have so many fields of interest. But what's crystallized for me and manifest itself in the last couple of years is, first of all, I am a singer. I'm a professionally trained classical singer, and I also perform. But I am also have a background in trauma healing, an emotional trauma healing. I'm also an energy master. I've learned Reiki. I do parts work. I've learned hypnosis. And all these things, and they finally come together in something now that I call voice activation, which is really all about, well, a combination of activating your voice physically and unblocking whatever is stopping you from expressing yourself freely. And again, we will come to this in the next episode, which I am super excited about, actually. So yeah, that's what you can expect from this podcast. It's going to be fun facts. It's going to be very useful tools. It's going to be sometimes maybe meditations and channelings, because I'm also a medium of some sorts. And there will be interviews with, oh my God, amazing people that I have already lined up. And it's going to be just so amazing. So thank you that you are here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for receiving me, for letting me drop into your ears. And now I actually want to hop over to a website that I just found. And this is live. I'm not going to edit this. Because I thought, what kind of things can you tell people in this first episode? I just don't want to talk all about myself and my life story. We'll come to that in some episodes, I'm sure. But I don't want to just talk about myself in this whole episode. So, or at least not in a very boring way. If you're interested in facts of my life, just ask me. I found this website. It's called joincake.com. And it has hilarious questions to ask to really get to know someone. So I just scrolled to the completely random funny get to know you questions. And I will answer them. Again, this is live, right? I haven't prepared any answers. The first question is, what will people say at your funeral? Oh my God, like really? This is a really deep question. So, I mean, it could be funny, but if you know anything about me, it's that I can't answer these kinds of questions without depth. So, wow. Well, what I hope that people will say is that I've been an inspiration to them, and that they were inspired by my wisdom, my heart, my joy, that I inspired them and encouraged them to live their lives more fully, more honestly, more authentically, and that they have so much more joy, especially in their relationships as well, in their personal relationships and other relationships to their work, possibly. And that I was also a great singer. And maybe they will say that, hopefully, that I was a loved mom, a loving mom. But I'm not a mom yet, so we don't know about that one. Okay, let's keep it there. Question number 2. If you could steal any one thing, what would it be? And there's a little hint there. It says, if there were no consequences, what would they want for themselves? Or what would I want for myself? Okay. Oh my God, if I could steal any one thing. One thing. You know, this is interesting. I'm a singer, so I love my voice. I really do. I appreciate my voice. It's so wise. It's one of my highest advisors is your voice, by the way. We'll get to that also. But the first thing that just came to mind is this really famous opera singer that I adore. Her name is Lisette Oropesa. She's a Cuban-American opera singer. She sings in the biggest opera houses of the world. And I would love to just borrow her voice and her technique. Well, if I just have the voice, can't do anything with it, right? And just feel like what it would feel to sing with her voice and her technique. That would be so interesting. So interesting. So yeah, that's what I would steal. And then I would give it back to her. All right. Number 3. If you could talk to one species of animal, which would you choose? Wow. I think it would be fish. And the reason being that I'm most afraid of creatures underwater. I have a lot of respect for the ocean. I really like the ocean. But to swim in it, I'm always a little scared. Because I feel like, I'm a human being. I'm a land creature. I'm not supposed to be underwater. This is another species or another animal's kingdom. So, yeah, but that would be interesting, actually, to have conversations with the underwater world. Yeah. Okay, that's a lot of questions. Okay, let's skip the next 2. Would you rather have a pet dinosaur or dragon? I don't know why. A dinosaur. I can't even rationalize it. It's just what comes to me. What makes you feel old? The wrinkles around my eyes. Oh, God. What's your favorite time of day? My favorite time of day is probably the morning hours, like very early morning. And it's kind of ridiculous that I'm saying this because I'm hardly awake at that time. But I recently did a 10-day meditation retreat where we would wake up every morning at 4. And yes, that was super early. But that atmosphere around, let's say around 5 a.m. Oh my God. That silence and nature waking up and the birds chirping away and it's just, it's magical. It's a really beautiful time. However, in general, I would say that really depends on my mood, whatever I'm doing, and especially whoever I'm with also. Right. What is your favorite time of day? Okay. What's something you think everyone should try at least once? Singing. Of course, you need to sing. Guys, singing, the voice is such an incredible gift. It's just, and so many people think that they can't sing, which is so untrue. Like if you think about it, as babies, we come into this world singing. Some people would call it screaming, fair enough. But there was this moment where I'm like, wait a minute, like actually, a lot of the things that we do in voice lessons or in vocal training is we get rid of all the inhibitions that we have, gotten used to, that we have collected over years since childhood, when self-expression and expressing through the voice was more natural. And if you look at a little baby, they don't have words. They just don't have words yet. So they have to scream or sing. How is it that you can tell, like a mother, or even me, I'm not a mother, but you can probably hear roughly whether a baby is scared or hungry or angry, or whether it's laughing. These are all things that are just raw frequency coming through the voice in a specific melody, specific range of notes. And that's not far away from singing. That is singing. So I am really super thrilled to share with you insights in this podcast on the voice and how important it is, how wise it is, and how important and crucial it is that we learn to express ourselves in a healthy way. In a healthy way. That is actually the most fundamental, essential requirement for living a healthy, happy life. Because how can we be received in our essence if we cannot express it freely? All right, I told you I can't do small talk. So, how are you guys? How did you find this podcast? If you are curious, please subscribe, click the follow button or whatever buttons there are. I still have to find out because I'm new to this whole thing. And please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Friederike Peters Official. I'm going to put it in the show notes. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything, ideas, concepts, criticism, please get into a conversation with me. I would love for you to get into a conversation with me. Just even if you just want to say hi, please do it. Don't hold back. I'm here for it all. And I wish you a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. Mwah! You just listened to the Sound of You podcast. And if you want to free your self-expression, be confident in who you are, and release old junk that really doesn't serve you anymore, get in touch with me and join the tribe. Bless this world with the sound of you.